Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show, Supercast. The Supercast where we talk about all things superhero and pop culture. So that's TV, movies, video games, and of course we talk about news and do some speculation, all that good nerdy stuff. I'm Mo De Poupe, your resident fabricant and commenter extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Ladi. Ladi, how are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing fine. Yeah. Ready to talk about some of this stuff, especially a Black Adam. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, that's this is a big news week apparently. So we got like a good deal of news to talk through. But our main thing we're gonna do is we're gonna once again review The Boys. Episode 4 came out this week, but on the news front, we are going to. Oh gosh, we got a bunch. We're going to be talking about in addition to Black Adam. Charlize Theron showing up in superhero things. Some Loki 2 updates. The boys get some good news. There's a Spider-Man No Way Home new version coming to theaters soon. Well, soonish. Miss Marvel debuted last week and it kind of went hard. Justin Lin is he's going to be directing another Invincible dude that you have never seen in anime. Joker 2 is official. Thunderbolts also it becomes official, and of course we're going to review that Black Adam trailer. So, and after that, The Boys episode 4 review. So, Lottie, are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
Can you dig it? All right, let's jump into this. Some quick stuff right here. Charlize Theron, everyone knows her. She's a big name actor. Well, you know what? She's doing all the superhero stuff this like recently. Ladi, I don't know if you knew this because you haven't seen Doctor Strange 2 yet.
No,
But
not yet.
but this is a spoiler. This is a spoiler that's so light that it doesn't actually matter. Just that she showed up in a post-credit scene as a certain witch named Clea. So she's going to be the Clea in the MCU. But funny enough, she also showed up in The Boys. Remember, she showed up in The Boys in the first episode,
Hmm.
playing herself, playing Stormfront in the
Hmm.
theatrical Seven movie. That looked very much like a shot at the Snyder stands. But so anyway, dude, she's showing up in superhero stuff, man. What do you think about that?
So, I mean, nowadays that the superhero thing is actually an industry now. It's not just Marvel and Disney. Everybody's into it. I mean, not just Disney and Warner Brothers. Amazon's into it, Netflix is into it. So, if you can find your little niche, even though they're like, "Oh, you're only for superhero stuff." Well, I mean,
Get that
okay,
money.
fine, get that
Boop,
money.
boop, boop.
Unfortunately, a lot of the older actors that were part of the first like MCU movies, they were making it like it was a bad thing to be only into superhero movies. Now look at it, you're like, I don't know if it's bad that you only look like you're in a superhero movie stuff because that's the money makers
I
right
mean,
now. You know what I
honestly,
mean?
Charlize Theron, she's a blockbuster actor anyway. She's been in
Yeah.
big. She's gonna be the villain in the final Fast movie. So I mean, come on. I thought it was just. I thought it was cool. She's probably one of the smartest actors out there, and also it made sense with The Boys because she was in a movie with Seth Rogen, and I understand they're friends and everything. So I think it's just pretty
Hmm.
cool, and she is going to be in the MCU going forward. And apparently Kevin Feige and them were like, "That's cool, man. Show up. It's all smart all the way around, so that's pretty dang cool." Hey, Loki 2 just started filming as of today,
Hmm.
in fact. Um, yay for that. We knew it was coming and everything, and it's going to tie in obviously to all of the stuff that we're going to see coming up in the next year because it's coming out next year.
Hmm.
But my question, are you ready to see uh, Karen Loki uh, continue to ask for the manager and demand service?
This woman. I mean, I can't be too upset because of her, we got some good movies. But at the same time, you just like Sylvie, just chill. Well, I mean, like you said, she's a Karen. She's Loki and a Karen. So that's Karen. That's Karen to the Karen power. So she's like, not only do I demand your manager, I want all of this and that, and it's just
Now
like,
she's
just
like,
chill.
he's like, I am the manager. Then I demand to see he who is above all. Yeah,
Yep.
that's a deep cut for you Marvel dudes. So if you know, you know. So all right, well that's cool. Loki 2 starting up again. Can't wait to see some of the stills later on in the year, some of the pictures from that. Oh, big surprise, Lottie. Big huge
Hmm.
surprise. Stop the
Hmm.
presses, pick up the phone because the Boys has been renewed for season 4. Uh,
Oh yeah.
so uh, more dicks hanging out, and more bodies exploding, and I'm presuming more Homelander terrorizing everyone. Uh, what are you surprised by this at all? Like, is this a surprise in any way?
Yes, it actually is because why did it take this long to renew for season 4? They should have renewed season. Like what? That's what I'm surprised about. They should already. This should be talking about season 5. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the boys right now is probably the. It is the best superhero TV show out there right now. There's really I like what Disney's doing, but you're not on the level of the boys just yet. They've been doing this since 19, and it seems like their formula just gets better and better each and every time. I just like rewatched clips of like the first 2 seasons. I'm like, God dang, I forgot how good this show was.
Right.
Shit.
Yeah, and it's the season 3's better. I'm presuming. Well, no, I
Yeah.
presume that season 4 is going to be even better. So, hell yeah, that's what we say. Like Hype Man, hell yeah. So cool, and we can't wait to hear more about that coming up. Speaking of something else that's really awesome, and actually, this is an actual surprise. They announced last week, like over the weekend, I even think, that they're bringing Spider-Man No Way Home back to theaters in September. Can you believe this? It's called the No Way Home More Fun Stuff version, and it's adding 15 minutes of deleted scenes to the. And I hope they're finished deleted scenes. By the way,
Hmm.
not that bullshit previous crap that they did with was it which Avengers was it where they were was it
Hmm.
and they brought it back and it was just like some unfinished stuff. Like don't
Hmm.
nobody want to see that. We want to see the actual scenes that look
Yeah.
correct. But yeah,
Yeah.
they actually listed the scenes that the deleted scenes we're going to see. So the extended interrogation scene. The Peter's day at Midtown High Undercroft montage. I have no idea what that is. Happy's very good lawyer, and then the Spideys hang out, which I'm gonna presume is when they take those Spidey prom pics and like the pointing Spidey pictures. I'm gonna assume that that's the deleted scene. They just do the memes.
Hmm.
Lottie, I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna go see this. You going with? We going to see
Yeah, I'm
this?
probably gonna go. I'm probably gonna go.
I mean,
I'm
this.
probably gonna go.
I can't believe it, dude. I'm telling you, what I keep saying about Marvel, smoothest criminals in Hollywood. Tell me this ain't. They're just like, oh, you thought your wallet was closed to us? How about a little bit more No Way Home? And I'm flipping my wallet open right now. I'm just flies are coming out because there ain't nothing in there, but somehow I'm gonna get into this movie. Um, I'm excited, even though I know exactly what's gonna happen. So, Lottie, good idea or great idea?
Great idea. Unlike it's Morbin time. Like it's Morbin time. This.
Morbius is probably like, hey, can I get it? I got a deleted scene. I can show up too. And they're like, "Nah, we think not. Like,
Mhm.
go back to Sony Land. Yeah, that sounds pretty cool though.
Mhm.
So, let's talk about Miss Marvel real quick. Which I mean, we reviewed the first episode. I really loved it. I think you liked it, but you weren't like you weren't all over it like I was.
Hmm.
But let me tell you, it's the best reviewed. Right on Rotten Tomato, it has the best Rotten Tomato score of any
Hmm.
Marvel TV show so far. I think it was at
Yeah.
95, 96, something like that percent, maybe more. This is based on the critics' response. Audience score, I think it was like 85%. And so that's a fucking win. Let's just call it. It's a big, big fucking win. In spite of the dipshit, you know, omega male, and it's not all the fandom menace. Some of it is like there's some people that are opposed to it because she's not Christian, she's Muslim, and so there's Christians again. There's a bunch of bullshit, fake ass fan, you know, bottom feeding dickheads who are trying to review bomb this. Did you see that they were review bombing this on?
No, I didn't.
It's
Oh, I didn't say it.
it's like out of all of the Marvel, it's got like 20. What is it like? It was something like 26% or 23% 1-star votes versus every other MCU thing has something like between 3 to 5% 1-star votes, right? And people are like, well, maybe they just think maybe it's just not good. And I'm like, no, motherfucker, it's not that. That's if that were, let me just tell you, all the people that are saying like, oh, it's just a bad. No, it's better than fucking Hawkeye. It's better, like it's better than almost every other MCU TV show. This is my opinion, but
I like this better than Hawkeye.
yeah, it's
Definitely.
and so
Definitely, in my opinion, it was better than
she
Hawkeye. Yeah.
she got these fucking. That's the problem with. It's not just the problem with fandom. It's the agenda people are having. Not because because they have an agenda, so they want to tear this thing down because it's not punching all the buttons or whatever for them, or they just want to tear it down because it represents shit that they don't like. Well, you know what? I hope you losers realize that Marvel's not, they're not fucking idiots. Like I
I
don't know
mean, our
why do people think that why I don't understand why people think that people at Marvel are fucking dumb and they don't see this shit happening. They're gonna be like, oh man, we're not gonna make any more Miss Marvel because all these 1-star reviews that just popped up from rando lots of numbers that just joined on the first day just to say 1-star. Like, oh, they're not dumb.
yeah.
It's ridiculous. But
I'm gonna be honest. This is like one of the things that really annoys me of today's culture and the nerd culture. The what's the word it's called? The review bomb. The review bomb is one of the most toxic things that has been invented by these. I'm gonna just say human beings that are just some of the most miserable human beings on the planet that just don't have anything better to do with their lives but try to destroy good things. It started in 2019 with a video game called Days Gone, and it's been slowly happening with different stuff. And it's getting to the point that I just find this whole culture stupid. Like today, this is not really doing with this, but they're making a new Sonic game called Sonic Frontier, and like people there's been people bullying the devs and everything, saying the game looks stupid, it looks dumb, it's bad, it's this and that, basically just being piece of shits on the
yeah.
internet.
Mm-hmm.
But till finally the creator of Sonic came out and said the game's fine, we're not delaying it. Everybody who's played the game says it's an 8 or a 9. And recently when game journalists who've actually gotten a chance to actually play the game and they're releasing gameplay on YouTube now, everybody's like, oh, the game looks great. And I'm just like, no, don't do that now. And it's to the point, man, this review bomb culture, this bullying of people of their creations is getting so annoying and toxic. And I'm just saying to myself, just shut the fuck up. It is like you said, it's not, I don't love this show, but I like that it exists. I won't say I love that this exists, because we can't just keep making live action superhero shows that are the dude bro. We can't keep making dude bro superhero movies, superhero shows. We need kid oriented shows. We need dark shows. We need shows that appeal to different audiences. And this is what I was talking about earlier in like one of the supercasts where one of the guys was like, "Oh, these superhero movies are just this that." And I'm like, "Well, I can't really cuz it is right there. But you can start making different stuff. You can start leading into different things with, like you said, now we have Miss Marvel. Maybe this will lead DC to say, maybe we should make a Teen Titans TV show. Please, God, DC,
Well,
please, for the love of
well,
God, an
another
actual
one.
Teen Titans show.
Yeah, I'm gonna say another one that's a little. Uh, what would I say? That's not Titans on that they have on HBO Max, but now it's look the main thing here is that one, like I said, they're not dumb. They're not going to change their fucking plans because randos are obviously intentionally trying to make it look bad, and also because there's a whole cottage industry of loser ass, you know, uh, you know, neck bearded, just toxic ass loser fans who keep talking about how terrible shit is, but won't just stop watching it. It's so fucking bad. Stop watching it, you losers. So
Yeah.
anyway, fuck those guys. Miss Marvel's awesome, and guys, check it out. It's doing great. So
Happy it exists.
yeah. um. So remember Justin Lin? He was going to direct Fast 10, but then he quit over differences with Vin Diesel. That's my understanding. All right. So what's Justin Lin going to do next? He is going to direct a, a movie about a guy who is just so awesome that he literally can't be beaten, and he basically just beats people up, bad guys up, with minimal effort. Not no, this is not about Dominic Toretto. That did sound like Fast and the Furious. I know, but this is in fact about what's the guy's name? One Punch Man. What's his real name?
Saitama.
Saitama. Yes, he's going to be directing Saitama's as One Punch Man. They're making an adaptation. I know, nerds. I want you to calm yourself down. Calm right now. I could hear the anger, the how dare you, the it's gonna be trash. I hear that, but let's look at what's going on here. First of all, Justin Lin has directed some of the best Fast and Furious movies, so we know he can do action and ridiculous, not just action, ridiculous action that shouldn't be real. We should
Yeah.
believe it's real because it's fucking Fast and Furious. But also, the writers of the most recent of the recent Jumanji movies, are writing the script, and those movies are awesome. And they
Hmm.
again take place in a world that's pretty much it's a video game world. So ridiculous things are happening within the context of that. I'm not saying that they're gonna succeed on this. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I have some reasons to believe that they maybe could crack this nut. And also, it's One Punch Man. It's literally about a dude that's Superman with the way less uh, competition, essentially. Is that?
Hmm.
I've seen a few episodes. It's basically a guy that's bored with life because he's basically become ultimate Superman, and there's no challenge to his life. He just beats shit up, and he just does it because he can, because he doesn't know what else to fucking do with that power.
Yep.
And so, I think this could be good. Lottie, you're the anime guy. Yeah. Look,
So
just keep it real with me. How you feeling about this?
so this is my feeling. It's either going if they do it, there's two ways they could do this movie. One way will be successful no matter what. Is if they make the movie of Saitama when he's becoming the One Punch Man. That will succeed. That movie will succeed really no matter what because it'll be a good uh you know up and coming story and it ends with him becoming the One Punch Man. But if he's already One Punch Man, there's the movie's going to do either one way or another. It's either not going to do too well, and I don't mean it in the way of that it's going to be a bad movie. It's not going to do well because people are going to go into the movie not understanding who One Punch Man is and what the story of One Punch Man means. That he is supposed to be this gag superhero that beats everything in one punch. You know what I mean? So they're not going to understand that and be like, oh, this is not good to watch. This is kind of boring. Or they'll make it kind of unrealistic. I mean, not unrealistic. They'll make it not follow the source material very well.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Which. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, were you about to? No, go ahead.
Well, I was saying I kind of had in mind like the ideal way they would if you were talking about the ideal way to approach this is, I hate to say it, almost literally steal the plot of Kung Fu Hustle. You steal the plot of Kung Fu Hustle, that's pretty much One Punch Man. Like, except, you know, he's unintentionally trained to become this master Kung Fu guy at the end, you know. But in this way, he's just, you know, sort of steal it like that and show him he's sort of ascending. I think that you're right. That would work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
because you know the first thing of One Punch Man, the first like couple episodes, well, not the first couple episodes, when they did the little thing of showing when he was younger, when he was still becoming a One Punch Man, he was doing petty crime. You know, he was beating up like gangsters, like these monsters that were working for gangsters and stuff like that, and he would get beat up in it, but he's beating those things quite easily. But he's still not the One Punch Man that's just like, I'm bored. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they could do that. You know what I mean? Where like he looks slightly bored, where he gets hit and he gets a bloody nose, and he's just like, well. You bloodied my nose.
That's the way they've got to get that right. The just like blasé attitude that he has once he has this power, the blasé attitude he has towards almost anything because he's just so bored. He's like the anti-Homelander. He's not psychotic. He's depressed. He's depressed because everything's just so damn easy.
Yeah.
So we'll see though. I'm you know what, I'm being cautiously optimistic. That's my stance here. Mm-hmm. I do trust Justin Lin to deliver something good. So moving on to a new movie announcement. Joker 2, The Joker 2. So this is the follow-up to the $1 billion making The Joker starring Joaquin Phoenix. And yes, he's officially back in. You know, they showed him reading a script and all that stuff. So no shit they were gonna do this. I mean, $1 billion, right? Mm-hmm. It's called Joker 2 Folie à Deux, which is it's supposed to stand for they call it a madness, a shared psychosis, I suppose you could say, shared madness. So theoretically, he's going to transmit his crazy to somebody else. The idea here is, and it seems to be borne out by the fact that they're talking about Lady Gaga starring as Harley Quinn, which y'all don't judge. Lady Gaga is actually legit. She's actually a legit actor. She was in a Star.
She was in American Horror Story for like a whole season.
Yeah, like she's a legit actor. She's good. So y'all don't lose your shit because this singer is in there. No, she knows what she's doing. As Harley Quinn though, so that's the shared madness, I suppose. Here's the other weird shit that I saw today. They're talking about this could be a musical. What the actual hell? I'm not. Look, here's my thing is, I'm in. I just don't know why. But if they think that's the thing to do, I guess it's the thing to do because it's hard to argue with that first movie. You know.
They want to make this into a musical. I was down with all of this until
I said musical.
Oh God.
You know what? But Ladi, you know what? It's Lady Gaga. She's gonna be Harley, but you can't read her Joker face.
What? Good one. That was a good
I'm
one.
not
That was a
supposed to
good
laugh at
one.
my own stuff, but
That was a good one. But uh, a musical?
hey, look,
Uh,
look, hey, look, they made $1 billion on that first one. I'm not.
I, I,
I know,
I'm
I know.
trying to see how this will work because I don't want to see Joker singing. Like,
All right, wait,
okay,
but on the real though, the times he sort of does his little crazy song and dance routine in Batman the Animated Series was kind of dope though. I'm, you gotta admit, in the Batman the Animated Series, it was kind of dope though. I mean, you knew this motherfucker was crazy because you didn't know if he was gonna pull out a gun that actually shot you, or if it was just gonna shoot acid in your face, or if it was just water. So I'm not saying that's what's gonna happen. I don't know. It's so far out there that I'm just gonna go with it. That's my answer. Just go with it because I mean, why not? It's the Joker. I
hmm
mean, he again, he literally shoots people with like, you know, acid, the acid flower and everything like that. If he wants to song and dance it too, I guess. So anyway, we'll let you guys know when we find out more about that in the future. Another thing was announced last week, and it's a kind of a no shit thing, but hey, they finally made it official. Marvel has made official they are making a Thunderbolts movie. Surprising, no. Well, actually, I don't know, Lottie. You're not surprised by this, are you?
no.
They telegraphed it when they got John Walker to talk to Valentina de Fontaine, the Contessa, and she's clearly running, running ops and stuff. And then you got Yelena rolled up, and she's clearly running ops with her. I mean, like, come on. I mean, it
hmm
was it was a matter of time. And Zemo is out and free in the world, right?
Yep.
So, all right. So this is happening. It's coming from Eric Pearson, who I believe was a writer on. I want to say WandaVision. I could be wrong about that. Kevin Schreier directing. Who's directed a movie called Paper Town, and I guess apparently he's done some other music video directing. Whatever, we don't really know those people. I think, like I said, I think Eric Pearson was writing for WandaVision or one of the other Marvel TV shows. So, all right, this is happening. Who's gonna be in this Thunderbolts uh, movie? Who's gonna be a member of the Thunderbolts? Lottie, do you let's sort of fan cast here, okay? I think it's obviously Yelena and John Walker are going to be in because they've sort of already been attacked, and the Contessa Valentina de Fontaine is probably the person running the show. Even though Thunderbolt Ross could be the sort of the government sponsor for it, and yes, I understand William Hurt is dead, but Thunderbolt Ross could be the man behind all of that. And also, let's remember he was Red Hulk at one time.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else do we know that would or could be in the Thunderbolts? I got some names, but who do you think?
So if Elena's in the movie, they better please give me dang, I forgot her name. Her name in the actual MCU.
Uh oh, you talking about Yelena? Or
No, not Yelena. The other, the one that she was in Hawkeye.
oh, you talking about Kate Bishop?
Yeah, I would love
Uh
to see
I
Kate.
I would say probably not on this case.
Okay.
Because remember we're talking about people who can do black ops that no one will be looking for.
Oh, the Winter Soldier. The Winter Soldier's definitely
So
going to
you're
be in
talking
this.
about,
He's
and also here's the other question: is how are they doing this Thunderbolts? Are they going to be Dark Reign Thunderbolts, or are they going to be the Heroes Reborn Thunderbolts? So Heroes
hmm
Reborn Thunderbolts were villains, the Masters of Evil, who rebranded themselves as heroes, while the actual heroes were they were off planet basically for an
hmm
extended time. So they rebranded themselves as superheroes. And then later on, they became like, and they were doing it just like to pull a job, but then they ended up actually being a superhero group and turning over a new leaf. Most of them.
Hmm.
So there's that, and then there's the Dark Reign version where Norman Osborn was running the superhero registration and all that other stuff instead of Tony Stark. And then so he basically made his own Thunderbolts, and they were legit villains pretending to be heroes because they were working for a legit villain. So that one had like, let me see if I remember. So I know Songbird was on it. Was not Sabretooth there? You know what? I actually got to look that up. But they had a bunch. They had like Matt Gargan as the Spider-Man version, but he was Venom. But he was the murderous Venom. And then they had for the Hawkeye, they had Bullseye, right? So that's my question is, which one are we going to get? Are we going to get a little bit of both? A little bit of villain turn hero trying to reform, or actual villains that are on there? So that said, I had a few names. These were some of these people had recommended already. But Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, because she technically turned good. Yeah, Taskmaster, who also technically turned good at the end of
Jesus.
Black Widow. She's still out there.
Didn't what's his name apologize and said he's going to have an actual comic book accurate Taskmaster? Didn't he say that? I could have sworn he said that. Kevin Feige. Could have sworn.
Possibly. I mean, I don't mind if they go ahead and do another Taskmaster.
Please, God, yes. And this has nothing to do with just she's a woman. It's the fact that she literally said nothing. Taskmaster talks shit. I got your moves. Come on, man. Taskmaster is is literally Deadpool that doesn't break the fourth wall.
Right. Oh, I had another one. How about Razor Fist from? Even though I know technically he works for he works for Shang-Chi's sister, but he is. I mean, he's sort of villainous, but also he could be. But he could be in there. And how about Goliath from remember Lawrence Fishburne's character from Ant-Man and the Wasp? Technically, he's got powers because he's got Pym particles. I've been trying to think of like who else. I mean, you mentioned Bucky, and maybe he could be someone there to kind of keep everybody in line. But
yes, like a fucking what's it called? He could be like Ross,
or he could be like in Suicide Squad. He could be
like Suicide,
like Rick
Flag. Like he'd be like Rick Flag. Please, if you're gonna put Bucky in this movie, you have to have it that he's waking up in a bed. Clearly, there's a woman next to him. He wakes up. He's on the phone, and it's what's his name calling him? Captain America. Sam. Yeah. Sam Wilson's like, listen, I need you to do something. He's like, I'm retired, but he said, I wouldn't ask you if I didn't need you. And then, like, all of a sudden you hear the groan from the woman next to him, and she gets up. And it's Sam Wilson's sister. She kisses him on the cheek. He's like, wait. Sam hears that. He's like, wait, where are you, Bucky? No, I'm not.
Then you hear on the phone, you hear a voice coming out down the hall saying, I'm not here. I'm not here. There's an awful lot of crossover here with skill sets, but these guys are Black Ops, so maybe they need a spider-ish person. Abomination's been floated, as maybe he can stand in for Red Hulk instead. So I'm excited about this, but we have literally nothing else going except, hey, these people, they're working on it. So when we get a little more substantial news, we will let you guys know what we think. Last bit of news. Let's review this Black Adam trailer. We just The Rock was like, the balance of power in the DC universe is changing. And I'm like, well, if it's based solely on whether or not someone needs a padded suit, then this is obviously true because, good God, Dwayne Johnson needs no pads to look like a fucking superhero. Am I wrong about this? Good Lord, there's nobody else that's doing it, that's going as hard as him. Like, do you remember you just saw Chris Hemsworth and you're like, oh shit, he looked like super buff, and I'm like, for real though, but Dwayne Johnson, like, this dude, it's ridiculous.
Dwayne Johnson is just a specimen.
He's a freak. He's a what they used to say, it's a freak of nature, and I'm here for it because it's a freak of hard work. The guy is a gym rat and he does not play, and I appreciate the effort he's put in. That said, this trailer, Ladi, you got to watch. It's about 2 minutes. What did you think about this trailer?
Oh man, listen, I'ma just say this might be the best thing that DC has done in a while. And this might be, and I mean like, this is sort of like a Snyderverse type thing. Like, I know it's not directly Snyderverse, but it's Snyderverse-esque. I think this is the best Snyderverse-esque movie probably since Man of Steel or Wonder Woman, and I'm very excited for this. I mean, the petty energy of the man slapping slapping the damn jet, that weak shit out of here. He's like, superheroes don't kill. Well, motherfucker, I do.
I feel like because he's very, his powers are Shazam, basically.
Yeah.
I feel like one of his gods is the god of pettiness, because you're right. He was just like, really, bitch. All right, why don't you take why don't you take a long ride through the air, and just like totally toss the guy. Now, any other time we would see other guys, we'd see people get killed like that by a suit, but we don't follow it all up, right? He's just like, nah, I'm gonna kill you all. I wasn't super enthused with this trailer, to be honest. I think that there's a lot of cool stuff happening into it. We don't really know what the hell is actually happening here. The story is not really being communicated. They're just like, hey, some cool shit's happening, and also Dr. Fate, which was cool, by the way. Pierce Brosnan looking pretty cool as Dr. Fate. Aldous Hodge looking pretty cool as Hawkman. I like all of that. I'm just not really sure how it all's supposed to be working together, except that they're like, I guess they need him for his power because there's some shit happening. So there's some threat and they need him. And he's just like, I'm gonna do shit my own way, and it's basically gonna be bad. It's like, I hope you're okay with that. And I'm just like, I guess so.
I mean, he's technically Superman with magic powers. I mean,
yeah, he's magic. He's what's he? He's magic Superman. Injustice Superman. Except he's not really Injustice Superman. But I think, physically speaking, all of the things they showed in there look pretty awesome. And there's, you were talking about Snyderverse. I'm glad you said that. It looks partly Snyderverse, but it also looks like the way we keep talking about DC, and way that I wish they would lean into it more, which is that there is a 4-color look to this to their universe. Lean into that. That's the difference between DC and Marvel. There's a comic booky version of it, and you start to see it in the way that kind of the CG and everything like that. I want more of that. I want to feel like I'm looking at a comic book panel being brought to life, not necessarily someone trying to make a comic book panel look like it happens in real life. If that makes any sense. And so I want them to lean more into that. Like, there was an Aquaman tinge.
I can kind of see what you're saying, and I feel like, even though what you're saying about the Aquaman thing, I feel like his suit is not as flashy. Even though it's his suit, I feel like the old Snyder stuff, it's almost like the suit was the main thing. and we're not actually looking at the character. We're trying to look at the suit. It's sort of like every time every time I watch the DC movie where Snyder was the head of it, you you almost looked at the suit more than you looked at the actor's face. You know what I mean? Because they were making the suit so like how can I say it? It was so striking compared to everything else you were paying attention to. I feel like the suit that he's wearing in this movie, it blends in. You know what I mean?
Yep, no cape. He's, he's got that little hood on, but I mean, otherwise he look. I mean, they really were like, how can we make him look more like that? And the only thing they didn't do is point his ears a little bit because he has a slightly pointy ears, but whatever. Um,
Hmm.
I'm excited for this movie. This trailer, it wasn't great to me. It was good, but it wasn't great. But I'm looking forward to the second trailer because this is just like sort of a hey, this is happening. The next one we'll see what's actually going on. I hope so. But we'll let you guys know about that when we see that. All right, so that's all our news for the week. That's lots of stuff happened this week, but of course we probably missed something. Maybe y'all think we should have covered something else, or you just had something to say about what we were talking about. Get down to the comment section. Let us know what you're thinking. Of course, you can always hit us up. supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter, and we'll chop it up. All right, Ladi, it's time for the main event. We're going to review The Boys episode 4. The Boys is just charging along, man. This show is first of all, it's awesome. This season is the best season of the show so far.
Oh yeah,
it's the best superhero TV show. Period. It's one of the best superhero things at all.
Yeah.
That's going. And episode 4 did not play. It did not play at all. It's plenty of funny things and everything. I got spoiled on one of the things that happened at the end of the movie. So I was just like cringing, like, when the fuck is this going to happen? Right? And we'll talk about that in spoilers. So non-spoiler is, it's just moving. It's moving along, and everything is getting worse. Like, am I wrong? Like, this shit is bleak. I feel like, good God, it's bleak.
I feel like we're returning to the season 1 in the sense of like, remember how in season 2 it felt like there was a form of protection. In season 1, there's no protection. We're surrounded by psychopaths, and the leader of them is the psychoest of the psychopaths.
Oh my God, yes.
And it's just that's what it feels like. There's no one is safe. In season 2, we felt like, well, Homelander can't get to them because they're under this thing. So there's still some safety in it. But this season, man, listen.
Yeah, and what's really kind of, we see a side of Homelander we hadn't seen before, which is sort of this plotting, his trying to be mastermind or whatever. And he does a real good switcheroo at the end. He fucks over very convincingly Stan Edgar up to this point. We're just like, this dude's untouchable, right?
Mm-hmm.
He does this great move to sort of like get him out the way and to achieve what he ultimately has wanted, which is to just be the master and commander of Vought, to do whatever the hell he wants, and to just basically lord his power over everyone who thinks that they can sort of challenge him.
Mm-hmm.
And let me just say, Anthony Starr, if he doesn't get a damn Emmy nomination, the Emmys are bullshit.
Yeah.
That's just it. If they don't nominate this man for an Emmy, the Emmys are bullshit. Because I'm telling you, I rarely ever am super bothered by, even, I know some shit's happening on screen. This dude has me stressed every time he's on screen. Every time he's on screen, I'm just like, this dude's a fucking psycho, and it's the
Hmm.
worst thing about him is he's a psycho with multiple faces, right? And sometimes you don't actually know which one you're getting, and all of them are terrifying, and not knowing which one you should be responding to.
Yeah.
He's crazy. He's a nutbag with all the power, and he's just frightening. But we also we see Butcher and the boys, they do a mission. All of the stuff with Frenchie and the female Kimiko
Hmm.
uh, is super interesting, and the compound V and all. I mean, it's just like they're doing all this shit. Plus, at the same time, they're skewering all sorts of like shit that we see in our real life. They're bringing
Hmm.
up all sorts of political sides, and they're fucking with them. It's just, like this shit is just like this is next level. I said this before. This is next level shit. But man, they just keep getting better. How are they doing this? I don't get it.
Listen, man. This, I first of all, I'm gonna just say this: the senator, what's her name again?
Uh, what was her name? I can't even remember that, but I know what you're talking about. I'll look it up
She,
real quick. But yeah,
she's a
yeah,
piece. She is a piece of shit. I'm sorry to do that to your daughter. And I'm just saying it right now. It has nothing to do because she wants to protect her daughter. It's because she hates herself so much that she needs somebody else to be around her to go in her self hate. And you know what? I'm gonna just predict it now. Her daughter is probably going to get a useless power that's going to deform her body.
could be.
Just tell you that.
Oh,
And it is,
it's Victoria Newman. That's the character.
yeah, Victoria. Victoria. Well, her real name is Nadia. Nadia.
Yeah,
Or yeah, she deserves everything that is going to come to her
it's
because I do not feel bad for her at all.
yeah,
Two,
fucking A Train.
I'm
By the
beginning
way,
to. Oh yeah, oh yeah.
fucking A
Hashtag
Train.
Uncle Tom.
That
Uncle Tom. They could
ooh.
fucking Uncle Ass Tom.
Oh my
Man.
god! Like everyone who sucks on this show sucks so fucking hard. Like if they didn't have superpowers, you would just want to punch them in the nuts. Like
Yes.
like everyone and fucking Butcher look, just fucking A Train. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say Butcher. Butcher's what's it called? I really like where his thing got, in my opinion, got a little better because he said something that really, like, he said this isn't like he was telling Huey, because Huey's struggling because he's dating a woman that is probably one of the second or third most powerful heroes in the world, and he feels less of a man because she can do everything for him while he can't. They were clearly showing this in the first episode where he can't open any of the jars in his apartment while she can just easily open them up. They're clearly showing that now. It's just coming to a head when Homelander pretty much is like, yeah, at any moment I can fuck your girl and there's nothing you could do about
Yeah.
it. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. It's just like, it's one of those things. And now Butcher's telling him, like, yeah, this is not power. This is a curse. And I'm like, thank you. Because, like they had earlier with Kumiko and the son, they hate their powers. The son doesn't want a puppy because he thinks he'll kill the puppy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's that's. I think we're veering pretty close to spoilers. I just say this episode's great.
Yeah.
It's going right along with this, and I'm just like, where the hell is this all going? I understand there's some pretty raunchy and crazy shit, and there was some pretty raunchy and crazy shit in this episode. We're gonna
Killing
talk.
people with fucking dildos,
Yeah,
man.
we're gonna talk about it in the spoilers, but like definitely, this show is just it's up there, and you absolutely should be watching. So anyway, let's talk about some spoilers. Let's do a few minutes talking about spoilers. Killing motherfuckers with first of all, there are I don't know if these are official Vault products. Are these bootleg products? I feel like they're official because Ashley she had a Homelander strap on. There's vault dildos of the 7. What the hell? Like, is
What the fuck?
what? I don't I don't know what to say to that except I mean I'm open minded about such things, but I'm just saying y'all have the 7 branded dildos. That is nuts. And
And
yeah. There was no
and
sexy
then
time with them either. They were just murder objects. A bitch getting killed, a dude getting fucking killed with a dildo coming out the back of his head and then pushing out in his mouth. That's hilarious, but also fucking gruesome.
yeah, and there was actually sexy time with them because remember one of the scenes towards the end, the crazy, what is the chick? The
Ashley, the one,
yeah,
the
she
half
has
sister.
one of those Homelander strap-ons that she used. Oh,
Yeah,
God. The
he was.
show is so fucked up,
It's
man. This is a fucked
I
up.
thought it was hilarious because he was like, "Oh, how are you gonna play?" I was like, Ashley with the big dick energy. She's not she's running the show as much as she can.
Yeah.
Speaking of her, I kind of sort of noticed the actress who played her. She slimmed down from the previous season. I'm not saying this to shame anybody or about body. I feel like that's a part of the character. She is stressed the fuck out.
Yeah.
And she's losing weight because she's not eating because she's so stressed dealing with Homeland, managing a clearly losing his fucking mind Homeland.
Psychopath.
Yeah. And she's having to deal with him. And I'm like, oh, man. Shit, I feel you, girl. You are losing sleep and you're losing weight because of his
Yeah.
ass. A-Train's a piece of shit. So, this motherfucker he's so fucking stupid. He's chasing after, Homelander like a fucking whipped puppy. And like Homelander's been shitting on him all season. And we're presuming for the last year. He's been shitting on him for like a year. And as soon as the Deep gets there, they're in competition. And how does he treat someone trying to show him some empathy? Like, hey, we don't have to put up with this forever. He fucking sells him out. What?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. Like, seriously,
it's literally
fuck A-Train. And I, you know what? Here's the fucked up thing. Now, you and I, we have some empathy for A-Train. We're black men, right?
Mhm.
And I'm seeing what's going on. His brother's like, man, this one Blue Hawk, he's over policing over here. He's police brutality, et cetera, et cetera. He's feeling belittled. He's feeling like there's not enough representation. He's trying to, represent for his people when he sees some things, but mostly he's an opportunistic shithole, right? But you're starting to feel some sympathy for him. You're like, oh, maybe he's going to get better. And then,
Mhm.
you know what? The writers, fuck y'all. Can I say that? Let me just say that. I love y'all, but fuck y'all. Y'all got me feeling for this motherfucker. And then he turned out to be an opportunistic piece of shit asshole. And I hope he fucking dies. Because I'm so fucking mad at him. Thanks to his bitch ass, Supersonic got torn apart by Homelander. We didn't get to see it. Thank the Lord. They didn't show that. We just saw the aftermath. But I mean, to be fair, Supersonic was a fucking idiot. But still, man,
it's crazy. It's like I saw one person on Twitter. He said the deep wants the deep is trying to deep throw Homelander, and A-Train wants to run a train on Homelander. It's just they are all over this man's dick, man. And I'm just
and
like,
this is a dude has literally threatened their lives on multiple occasions.
yeah, exactly.
And why do you want to be near this motherfucker? Like Supersonic's like, I'll be here for you. I'm like, what are you gonna do? When she said leave, bitch, she meant leave because your ass is gonna get killed. And you did because you ran your stupid mouth to the wrong person. And man, all of that stuff. It's just reinforcing Homelander is not to. I mean, he is about that life right now. He's not playing with anybody.
But we do have to say this. Stan Edgar is that motherfucker. That man right there, the biggest flex in all three
Hey,
seasons. Stood
that
up to that man and called that motherfucker bad product and turned his back to him. And I was like, this
hey,
motherfucker is cold.
and he said, you lost everything and you still got exactly the regular old heartbeat and regular blood pressure. And he's like, bitch, I ain't scared of you. And and he sat there and talked shit to the man to his face. And I'm like, Stan Edgar, are you trying to get stomped? And he's like, nope, I ain't scared of anything you got. And you right, you talk about big dick energy. That's why Homelander's he's still scared of the man. He literally just kicked the dude out. He got the dude fired essentially, right? Got him in trouble. Got him in trouble. Had his quote daughter turn on him. All this stuff, right? And Stanley Edgar is unimpressed. He's just He's like, I don't give a fuck. You are still a tiny little bitch that's looking for approval that you ain't gonna get from me because you ain't shit to me. You are less than shit to me, and I am not scared of a fuck thing you're gonna do. And
Man.
he didn't laser him or kill him or anything. He let the man walk out with the last word, talking mad shit. That's big dick energy. The biggest dick in that room swung his way. He turned left, and Homelander didn't duck and got slapped across the face.
It's like that's what he did. Like Vegeta said, so I better duck because I'm about to turn left and I don't want to smack you with my dick. Because, man, he called him. He didn't say you're a piece of shit or a bad person or a failure. He said you're bad product. Like, you don't even matter. Bruh. Bruh. I was like, Stan Edgar right, bruh. Like, Homelander could even look at his back, bruh. That shit got me. I was like, Stan Edgar, that motherfucker, boy.
Shout out to Giancarlo Esposito for continuing to be one of the best. Like, he does that shit. Look at any role he does. I mean, he's that dude. God damn it. You get me hyped up. I gotta go watch that shit again. Other stuff was happening. Like Kimiko, she's ready to be like, fuck this noise. And then we see that Butcher Huey killed somebody for the first time, and he has superpowers.
Well, he did. No, this is not the first person to kill.
Well, I'm sorry, with superpowers. Excuse me.
Yeah, with superpowers.
But
yeah.
no, they did blow up the dude. But he hands on killed somebody with his superpowers. And I didn't notice it until somebody pointed it out. We saw Soldier Boy come out of, he's the weapon. He's the weapon. I was trying to figure out what's going on. The people are saying he took away Kimiko's powers when he hit her with that shot.
Mm-hmm.
That's the fucking weapon right there. So we're gonna see. I think they're gonna join up, because why the fuck not? Because everything's got to be horrible in this fucking show for the good guys. The good guys can only ever win after losing 5-6 times, right?
Yeah.
But somehow he and Homelander and Soldier Boy are gonna go at it, and he's the key. His Winter Soldier looking ass. Literally his Winter Soldier looking ass, because he was butt ass naked. Like, there's a lot of man butt in this show. There's a lot of man butt in this show. Which I say, you know what, ladies and dudes, if it's equal opportunity shit. That we've seen a lot of woman butt in other shows, so they're just like, you know what, it's fine. We're gonna make our male like Jack Quaid was butt ass naked too. I'm assuming
They literally showed a penis.
Yeah.
Like, well, I can't like you said, what's it called? Showed a whole ass busted wide vagina, and what's it called?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a new world, but look, there's some wild ass shit happening in this, and some really scary ass shit, wild ass shit. Just everyone's in a fucked up place right now, including Homelander. Fuck y'all for making me care about this guy, because every time I care about, I'm like, oh fuck this guy for real though. And A Train, hope you get run over by, hope you get run over by the actual fastest guy in the world. Am I right? I can't believe y'all made me hate the black dude. And rest in peace to Supersonic. You were an idiot, but you were a good idiot. So anyway, we could talk and talk and talk, but that's a good episode. And I'm glad that we are getting this. It's so good to be a superhero fan right now because shit like this comes out. So anyway, you guys, that's all of our spoiler thoughts on this. So let us know what you think about the show down in the comments. Let us know what you think about our comments. Just like I said, get down to the comment section and leave your thoughts there. Of course, you can always hit us up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter, and we'll chop it up. And of course, you can also hit that subscribe button. Join the Super Not Funny Show family. Help us grow this channel. And hit that notification bell to let you know when we drop new content. We're doing reviews and, of course, podcasts, all that good stuff. And while you're in the mood to go show some love to my good friend Ladi, who helps me out with all of his insight and jokes and everything on the Supercast. So, Ladi, where can they reach you?
You can always find me on my YouTube channel. I mean, my Instagram, which is Anukinihun. It's ANUKINIHUN. Again, ANUKINIHUN. And of course, you can find me on my YouTube channel, which is Kinihun25. Upload content. Been taking a little bit of a break, but I'm about to start back up soon. So keep an eye out for that. So whenever you get a chance, leave a like, comment, or subscribe. I take all forms of criticism, good or bad.
Yeah, you guys go check that out. Show some love. Help drive up those views and everything. We really appreciate it. All right, all you Fabricants and Fleshbags, thanks for joining us. It's the 55th episode of the Supercast. Come back next week. We're going to talk some more about The Boys. And, of course, check out the channel. We do have Miss Marvel reviews coming up. We'll be reviewing all this new upcoming superhero stuff. Until then, I've been Mo De Poupée, your resident fabricant and comic extraordinaire on all things pop culture, joined by the anime expert, video game designer, and lover of all things superhero, my good friend Ladi. And we'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.
Peace.